Good morning, everyone. Treasure Troller here from the partially mask-wearing militant state of Michigan, where in the conspiracy to kidnap our dictator and Governor Gretchen Whitmer, we had more FBI agents and informants than we had actual kidnappers. Today's a little kind of twofold, but along the same subject. First, we talk about Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is the starting quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings. Well, Kurt's come under a little bit of fire recently because Kurt will not get the vaccination. He thinks social distancing and mask wearing and maybe wearing a hazmat suit to team meetings should be enough. And the NFL is putting in fines if you come down with COVID, forfeiting games. And now Kurt isn't the only player on the Vikings, or in the NFL for that matter, that's a bit reluctant to get the vaccination. And I think for the most part you can kind of do what you want. I think maybe for young healthy individuals it's maybe less necessary than people that have comorbidities. But nonetheless, as much as I am a Lions fan, I sort of relish in the thought of the starting quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings not being able to play against the Lions. Not that I think Kirk Cousins is a good quarterback to begin with. But how does a team prepare to play when they're not really sure if their starting quarterback is going to be available? I just don't know. So it's going to be interesting to see during this NFL season how this all pans out. And then we go into a different direction, but similar. Same, but different, yet still same. And that there was a big protest in Lansing, I believe over the weekend. I just recently saw it online. And that healthcare workers are upset because they may be required to get the vaccination. Now, being a healthcare worker myself, I have my own personal opinion, and I don't work in the hospital, so it's a little bit different setting. I'm not sure it would be an unreasonable request for a patient to want only staff that have been vaccinated. I don't think that would be unreasonable, but I'm not sure, unless you have a list of people, how you would actually go about telling who has been vaccinated and who hasn't. But the thing that bothers me the most about this potential healthcare mandate is that, you know, when everybody was sitting home and drawing these stimulus checks and unemployment and then the extra, you know, $300 a week, probably making as much as some of them would be making by working. These people were in the hospitals. They were on the front lines. They were watching people die with COVID and other comorbidities. They were asked to work tremendous amounts of hours putting themselves at risk of getting COVID-19, made sacrifices that many never even had to worry about. And for appreciation, maybe somebody would bring them in pizza or something. And now they're going to mandate them, or they may possibly mandate them to get the vaccination, and some of them don't want to. Some of them just don't want to do it for their own personal reasons. So the people that gave the most still have to give more. I'm not sure. Not only that, there's people, they're now saying there's people that have had the vaccination that are being diagnosed with COVID-19. So, I don't know. It's kind of messed up. I think they should just kind of let them do what they feel is right for them, and leave us alone for the most part. I think there was someone that had commented about after one of my vlogs about the Senate taking away some of the emergency powers from our governor and dictator, and that is true. But what they did is is very similar to what's happening now with like the rent, where although what happened earlier was the Supreme Court of Michigan said that it wasn't constitutional for her to continually renew these emergency orders, that then they just sort of transferred the authority over to the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services. So that's really what they've done on a national level now. It's the CDC. You don't really hear much of it coming from like Joe Biden and executive orders. What you hear now is you hear these things coming from the CDC. So that's sort of the new normal. So it's really going to be interesting to see just exactly how this all plays out with some of these departments having, well, basically executive authority. So yes, they did take her power away. They took it away earlier, and they just transferred, in a sense, the executive order over to our Health and Human Services, like they've currently done with the CDC. But it's getting a little bit crazy out there. But do what you want. Do what's best for you. That's it. Treasure Troller saying aloha and good day.